How did you got into meditation, spirituality, and all this stuff?
So when I started, which was in, I wouldn't say that was essentially the beginning. The beginning was when I was in, when I was in fifth standard. I was always a Hindu studying in a Christian school. So I used to be really confused because in school we used to say, Our Father in heaven, holy be thy name. And then when I used to come home, hum Ganesh Chaturthi celebrate karte the. So I used to feel very confused, like what is this and what is this? And you're studying in a convent school, you're learning English, and then at home I'm learning Telugu. So there was a lot of, as a child, there was a lot of confusion within me. And then I always had this quest, like if I'm depending on this God outside of me, and why does it have different names? Why does it look different? So I had these questions, but no one is essentially answering it. Like when I used to get really bad dreams, like really hard nightmares, my mother used to say Hanuman ko yaad karo and Hanuman Chalisa bolte the. वो भी हम कोई religious नहीं थे, but there's this belief system that was there in my family. Not very hard, but it existed. So at least there's something you could depend upon. Right. But this question was going within: what do I do? What is right? What is wrong? And then in fifth standard, one of my teacher in moral science session told me, you know what? God is not outside of you; it is within you. And I had never heard that before. मैंने कभी भी ये बात नहीं सुनी थी कि आपका भगवान अंदर है. Like भगवान अंदर है, भगवान बाहर नहीं है और वो सब मूर्तियों में नहीं है. Because that stirred something. I was just like, ये तो बड़ी बात है. This is amazing. And that one line stuck in my head subconsciously. क्या effect कर गया? That my sister in about my 7th standard, she was going through major migraine problems. So the doctor suggested do meditation. And she's she's a complete opposite. मतलब I would do what is said, but she would be like, मैं उसका opposite करूँगी. So she started meditating, and I naturally went into it. But it was too guru based and too dependent on an external guru and system. We did it for 2 years as a family. 4 of us used to do it, but we never resonated as much. हम बाहर आ गए और फिर हम बहुत clearly निर्णय ले लिया that we do not want to get into this Babaji San thing. Do meditation, get out of it without any dependencies. So again, I was going through this thing. Okay, I'm a very average student in school. So what do I do? Like I have extracurricular activities जिससे मैं escape कर जाती थी. So जब भी कोई music class होता था मैं भाग जाती थी music के room में. कभी dance होता था तो dance में भाग जाती थी. And when there used to be sports, I used to be the first one going out and playing football. So for me, it was just escapism because I knew I would never get the marks. I could never prove myself. But again, because I had this thing, really, am I not worth it? Can't I do it? Is it not possible? All of those turmoils as a child was always going on. So then again, in 10th standard, my dad was going through a major neurological problem where he used to have blood clots in his brain. So he used to have partial paralysis. So he used to go through major, he used to work in an MNC. I remember, I actually don't even remember my dad for 2 years because he was on medication so much. And he would fly to another city because of work, and he used to come back and he used to be this thing. And I saw, we both used to go for meditation to a center, again, a breath meditation, which is absolutely simple. I was like, wow, there's no guru-based system, there's no dependency. Let's just test it. तब भी मैं on and off करती थी, क्या जा रहा है, ठीक है, कर लेते हैं, शांति रहती है, try करते हैं, रहने देते हैं. I never kept it consistent at all. And then I was just like something, like as a youngster, I would suggest whoever's watching, for us, it's always like, let's experiment, let's try something new. For example, a Netflix came. We never knew what OTT was. But we just like, you know what, let's try it. Netflix and chill happened, right? So for me, it was, okay, let's just try meditation, let's see what happens. So when I started to meditate, and that goal that I had, that I was just like, okay, average student, 10th standard, I was very clear that in 11th, I wanted science. So in 10th, in the board time, you have to get at least about 85, 86 to actually get science, which I have never seen those kind of marks ever in my life. So I was like, it's far-fetched. But nevertheless, let's meditate, right? Because I could have better concentration, focus, memory power. You know the benefits of meditation. Let's bring it to action. So then when I started meditating, and my secretly, because in exam time, you're not supposed to see movies, right? So I would watch, like, I would find myself a correct spot when parents were not there, and I used to watch The Secret movie. So I used to work on the law of attraction. So I used to be like, okay, what do I want in my life? How do I change my negative thoughts to positive thoughts? How do I manifest my reality? I wanted the marks because I was very clear मैं arts or science, arts or commerce नहीं ले सकती.
Commerce ले.
Thankfully, one clarity तो था मेरी जिंदगी में, because of which I was just like, I have to start meditating. So when I started, and it was just consistent. I used to study I used to meditate, then study, meditate, study, meditate, study, meditate. And मेरी intuition power इतनी develop हो गई that, like, for students, I'm sure those who are watching, they'll have 6 markers, 4 markers, 2 markers, 1 markers questions होते हैं. I was very clear. So intuition, I used to open the book. I used to do group study with a friend, Tanya. She's also a member of Sensi. And she would, I would be like, we'll open the book and be like, math में क्या आएगा? 6 marker में ये आएगा, 6 marker में ये 5 आ जाएंगे, 4 marker में ये 3 आ जाएंगे, approximately around this, ये आ जाएगा. We already, like, we cheated intuition wise in our heads, and we knew what was coming in the exam. And the whole of our boards went like that. I was like,
did it really happen? Did it really happen?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, thoroughly. This is 1 second. This is a true story, complete true story. I used to know exactly what's coming. And then, as a result, because I got the marks I need, I got 87. But me as a personality completely changed. The way that I used to look at things.
That's the power.
The way that now I'm expressing so confidently, I was not this kind of person. I used to be like, okay, you know what, maybe I could do my music, do it, and then get out of it. But now I'm just like, every youth has to meditate. What are we really doing with our 24 hours? I'm able to do so much more just because of meditation. So yeah, that was my beginning, and since then it's been 10 years now that I've been meditating. I started in 10th, so I'm about 26 now.